If you're buying an investment property in your personal name, you might be making a huge mistake, one that could cost you tens, if not hundreds, or even thousands of dollars in taxes and liability. But don't worry, I'll show you how to buy a property with an LLC the smart way so you can protect your assets, maximize your tax benefits, and make sure your investments actually work for you. Knowing this is only half the battle. If you're planning to invest in real estate, you need to understand exactly how to buy a property with an LLC the right way. So in this video, you'll learn step by step how to legally buy a property under an LLC, from setting up your LLC to closing the deal. Next, how to get a mortgage when buying with an LLC, because traditional home loans don't always work the same way. And the key benefits of using an LLC over buying in your personal name, and how it can protect you from lawsuits and financial risks. So, if you want to keep more of your money and protect your investments, stick around. Successful real estate investing is like playing chess. The best players protect their king at all costs. And in this game, your personal assets, your savings, your home, everything, you are the king. But if you're buying property in your personal name, you're leaving your king wide open. An LLC, that's your best defense. A legal shield that keeps your personal assets safe no matter what happens on the board. So, let's set up your strategy the right way. First, what exactly is an LLC and why should you care? Well, an LLC, or limited liability company, is a business entity that can legally own real estate. And the benefits? Well, there are plenty. The limited liability protection keeps your personal assets separate from your investment. If someone sues your rental property, they can't come after your personal savings. Tax flexibility allows LLCs to offer pass-through taxation, meaning profits go directly to you without corporate taxes. Privacy keeps your name off public records. Instead of John Doe, your property is owned by XYZ Holdings LLC. And an LLC makes it easier to transfer ownership if you want to sell your property or bring in partners. Here's a question I often get. Now, is it legal to buy a property through an LLC? Absolutely. It's 100% legal in all US states. But the LLC must be properly registered with the state to ensure it provides legal protection. Some HOAs and local laws might have restrictions, so always check first. So how do you actually do this? Here's the exact process. First, you set up your LLC, register it with your state, and get an EIN, or Employer Identification Number, from the IRS. Next, open a business bank account. Never mix business and personal finances, ever. If you have multiple owners, create an operating agreement. This is crucial to avoid future disputes. It lays out ownership shares, responsibilities, and what happens if someone leaves. Finally, buy the property directly under the LLC. This avoids legal and financing issues later on. Another common question is, what if you already own a property and want to move it into an LLC? You can totally do this, but be careful. If you have a mortgage, moving the property into an LLC could trigger the due on sale clause. That means that your lender might call the loan due immediately. Always check with them first. Next, let's talk about financing. Can you get a mortgage under an LLC? The truth is that most traditional mortgage lenders don't lend to LLCs. Instead, your best financing options are called commercial loans or portfolio lenders. These lenders do work with LLCs, but they usually require a higher down payment, often 20 to 30%. They also tend to have shorter loan terms, usually 5 to 20 years instead of the 30 years. And they often require a personal guarantee, which can impact your liability protection. Now, let's clear up a common misconception about taxes. A lot of people think that buying under an LLC will magically lower their taxes. But here's the truth. the IRS still taxes your rental income the same way as if you owned the property personally. That said, an LLC does give you more control over deductions. You can still write off the mortgage interest, the depreciation, and the business expenses. But if your main goal is tax savings, an LLC isn't automatically going to give you that. It's really about liability protection. Speaking of protection, let's talk about how an LLC will shield you from lawsuits. Let's say if a tenant sues, they can go after your LLC's assets, not your personal savings. But there's one big mistake that can destroy that protection, and it's called piercing the corporate veil. If you mix business and personal funds, a court can ignore your LLC and hold you personally liable. To prevent this, always keep separate financial records, use a dedicated LLC bank account for transactions, and maintain proper LLC formalities like meeting minutes and legal documentation. Knowing this is only half the battle. If you're planning to rent out your property, the next biggest mistake investors make is getting stuck with bad tenants. Bad tenants can cost you thousands of dollars in lost rent and property damage. So, before you make that mistake, watch this next video where I break down how to qualify tenants for your home the right way. Click the link on your screen now and I'll see you in the next video.